Hey, LCM family, community, friends. I know it's been a little while, and I'm thankful that you all have been patient. And sometimes you just have to take time for yourself. And this transition to Georgia has been challenging for me. I have been utilizing everything we've been talking about in our LCM Read series of 13 things that mentally strong people don't do. So this is the last chapter that I'll be covering, the 13th thing that mentally strong people don't do. And I'll probably end up doing I don't know yet. I'll let you know when I know. But yeah, this topic is all about not expecting immediate results. And how befitting that I waited this long to get this last piece of information to you about this book, because obviously it wasn't immediate. So it kind of goes along with the theme, right? So when you are mentally strong, one thing that you can't do is expect change to happen right away. Everything is a process. Everything is a journey. And in order to be mentally strong, you have to understand and embrace that. So you can't start something tomorrow and expect results the next day. That's just not how it works. So with that, you have to learn patience. And the cliche saying of patience is a virtue is so true. These are some signs that you're not able to practice patience. You don't believe good things come to those who wait. You think of time as money and you don't want to risk wasting a single second. Patience isn't your strong suit. If you don't see immediate results, you're likely to presume that what you're doing is not working. You want things done now. If these are some things that you experience, then it's likely that you haven't mastered this skill of having patience. A lot of times we are driven by results. So with that, it makes sense that when we don't see the result right away, we feel discouraged, or we may not want to continue the journey because we feel that whatever we've been doing is not reaping the benefits. And that's understandable. But this is why I always say to focus on small change. Because when you can put your energy on appreciating the small wins along the way to the big win, you will be more inclined to keep pushing and to keep going, because you understand this concept of a bigger picture. So, the reason why we have such a hard time is we lack the patience. That has to be practiced. We overestimate our abilities. So you might think that you can just go in there and do this and do that. But in reality, you still have so much to learn in preparation to what you're actually trying to achieve. So there might be some prerequisites that you haven't gotten yet, or that you haven't prayed about yet. So therefore, you can't reach that next level. So don't overestimate yourself in this journey. Sometimes you underestimate how long the change might take. You might think that you can lose weight within a month, and you can, but maybe not the result that you're looking for. And with social media and the media in general, and how people promote this change, because you've seen celebrities get operations, so we put in our mind that if you want this, you should have it right away, because that's what they're presenting to us. But the reality is that's not how it works. That's just something they put out to draw you in, and a lot of times we fall for it. So you have to be aware of those plots and schemes that are out for your mental. And when you expect immediate results, you might be tempted to take shortcuts. And sometimes when you take those shortcuts, at the end of the day, it's really not going to help you. Prime example, that whole keto diet craze. Don't get me wrong. I have done keto and it worked. I have gotten results. However, at the end of the day, when I went and reverted back to my old habits because I didn't set the foundation, because to me, and this could be different for everyone, the keto diet was not sustainable. It wasn't something that I could take throughout my entire life. There might be people that can do that, but you really have to be realistic about what you are and what you want out of the experience. So when I did that, it helped for the time being, but here I am months later, back to where I started. So with that being said, you can't take those shortcuts and expect it to be sustainable. So just be aware of that. Take the shortcut if it's going to jumpstart you, but understand that there has to be a lifestyle change, and that can take a long time to accomplish. You won't be prepared for the future if you expect immediate results. Because if you want everything done now, then that means you're not looking at the long term, right? So think about that. You want to see results, you have to invest the time, the energy, the money, whatever it is that you're seeking, you have to invest in the beginning to see results later. And again, people sell you on this whole get rich quick schemes, and it's just not real. It's not real. I'm sorry to break it to you. And if you have those unrealistic expectations, that can cause you to draw the wrong conclusions. Because now you think this is how it's supposed to be, because that's what you've been told or taught or seen. But when it doesn't happen that way, you think that something's not right. And so you give up altogether. And that is not helpful. That will never get you to the ultimate goal. And then it also can lead to negative and uncomfortable emotions, because now you're beating yourself up about not accomplishing something that you expected to accomplish, not celebrating those small wins, and that will affect your self-esteem in general because you're feeling like a failure. And then you start doing things that sabotage your goals altogether because you're just like, F it. I don't have to do it, so it's not working. Might as well do what I've been doing, right? And then it becomes even more challenging to break out of that scheme or cycle. So what you need to do is commit to lifestyle change. You have to understand that this is a long-term commitment that starts small and evolves and grows as you evolve and grow and figure things out along the way. Okay? Create realistic expectations. Don't underestimate how difficult change is. Change is hard, especially for adults like us. You cannot expect to have a change after 30 plus years of doing something one way, and you expect a change within a month or two? That's unrealistic. You have to understand that this is going to take some tough dedication, commitment, and love for self, and the want and desire to make that change. Otherwise, you just will keep finding yourself in that same hole. Avoid placing a definite time limit on reaching your goal. I know I have preached about vision boards and creating goals for your future, and this year, what are you doing? And I still believe in that. However, when you put these definite times, like by May of next year, I want to own this and this house. That's very possible. Very, very possible. However, you're putting limitations on yourself, and in a way, you're setting yourself up for failure. So yes, it's good to create these goals and vision boards or visions in general, well, however you go about that, but understand that journeys change. Like, look, I am in Atlanta, Georgia. Did you really think that I thought I'd be here? If I would have put a time on how long I'm going to be in Charlotte, for example, it would have went right out the water with my new opportunity. So putting times on things, it can be a preliminary thing, like to kind of have something in mind, but be careful with that because you really want to set yourself up for success. And you don't want to feel like you're failing because you're not meeting deadlines. As long as you're continuing to move forward in whatever you choose to change, you should be okay with the journey or the time. And don't overestimate how much better the results will make your life. Sometimes that change that you thought was going to change your life might not even change your life. We hear this every day. If I had $1 million. Let me tell you something. You can have all the money in the world. That change or lifestyle change that you think is going to happen, it might be worse for you. Because if you're not mentally prepared for that type of change, that money is not going to do you no well. And I'm sure you've heard about this before. So I'm just reiterating, don't do that to yourself. That change that you're seeking, it's a journey to it. And I think the journey itself changes your life more than the actual change that occurred. Let me know if you agree. Progress is not always obvious. I can speak for myself on this. I have been doing a lot of inner work, and sometimes I don't even acknowledge how much more I've come out of my hole, because it's so tiny of changes that happen over the months that you don't really see the change that's been happening. So you constantly find yourself in this want to do bigger and better role, but you're not appreciating where you came from. So we have to take time to see where we were and where we are today in that relation. So this is where we just have to continue to practice delaying gratification. Start small. You want a brownie? Give yourself 20 minutes. Say, I really want this brownie right now. It's sitting right there. But you know what? I'm going to wait 20 minutes to eat it. Just to practice that self-discipline and slowly build up your ability to wait on what you want, because it will serve you well. Keep your eyes on the prize. Celebrate your milestones like we talked about. Create a plan to resist temptation. Always set up strategies that help you succeed, but you have to know yourself. Deal with your feelings of frustration and impatience in a healthy manner. Find ways to cope with your impatience. That's just a part of it. Pace yourself. We've been talking about this. At the end of the day, what I'm trying to say to you guys is that if you're mentally strong, you understand that immediate results is just unreal. You have to get out of that mentality, and you have to understand that growth comes with time. And any goals that you are seeking or working towards, months can go by and you may still not see results. But if you're staying consistent and you're self-developing, you're challenging yourself, you're pushing out of your comfort zone, you're not giving away your power, you're not allowing fear to stop you, you're not being a victim, you're not feeling like the world owes you, you're not dwelling on the past, you're not resenting others, you're focusing on things that you can control, guess what? You will reach your goals. I know you will. You just have to commit. And put yourself around people that understand these concepts and that can help you stay strong, mentally strong throughout your journey. That is my advice to you guys. I have created a platform, my husband and I have created Life-Changing Mission, to have a space for people to practice these things that we've talked about and to really dig deep and really come out of your cycles of things that are not serving you. Just know that when you're ready, there are people out there that are willing to walk on that path with you. I'm one of them. And I'm here. I am also working on myself constantly. And I have embraced the fact that it's a journey. And I have started seeing my results. And I get really emotional about where I came from and where I am today. And it continues to be a struggle, but I will never give up on myself. And I hope you don't either, because if you want it, then you will have it. I promise you that. I'm sorry that I'm all emotional. Life has been a journey for me, and I've manifested and I continue to manifest, and seeing these results years later. I mean, I saw some of the things I'm doing today back in high school, and it's real. Results are not immediate, but they will show up if you stay dedicated to who you are and what you want. That's a promise. All right. This really concludes our LCM Read series, first series. We have covered a book by Amy Morin called 13 Things Mentally Strong People Don't Do. I'm not quite sure how I'll be moving forward in this LCM Read. I would love for you all to participate. I have one person that I will be posting soon. She reviewed a book that she read, and I would love to display her review on that book. And I would love for you guys to join as well. Please don't hesitate to contact Life Changing Mission. We are here to help in any way that we can. We are here to serve you. And as we do that, we also are dedicated to ourselves, to work on ourselves, and to continue to grow and be role models to our community, that whatever you want will happen. With that, I will leave you and conclude my video. I'm sure you'll see me soon again, because this is not the last time I'll be here, but I just can't tell you when, because I believe in embracing that journey and just coming when it feels right. So I hope you guys are doing well. Reach out and we will talk soon. LCM out.